Good morning, friends. Hello, and welcome to our daily financial news roundup for 4th October 2023. I am Pavan, your host, bringing you the latest updates and insights on the world of finance. Let's dive into today's stories. So, the first story is World Bank raises India's retail inflation forecast to 5.9% for FY 2024. The inflation forecast for India was earlier 5.2%, but now it has been revised to 5.9%. This has been done because of abnormal rainfall during the monsoon season, which has caused a sharp increase in food prices in July 2023. So this abnormal monsoon is the main reason behind the foreign inflation prices, and this foreign inflation will move up the inflation further up high. So that is a concern. Also, the World Bank has retained India's growth forecast at 6.5% for 6.3% for FY 2024. And now we have seen almost all the global agencies like OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Fitch Ratings, ADB, and even S&P Global Ratings, they are all more or less on the same page. Their estimates is ranging between 6 to 6.5%. So, and that the growth for forecast is robust on from all the global agencies and even government. But the main concern is inflation, which is moving higher, and it can impact growth in coming months. So controlling inflation will be the main target for the government and RBI. If we can control the inflation, the growth is going to be sustainable. Otherwise, it can hamper it. Moving on to the second news. Now, OECD urges India to pair government sponsorship in banks and insurance companies. So first, what is OECD? OECD is an Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It is a group of countries where the governments of 37 democracies with market-based economies collaborate to develop policy standards to promote development. So it comes out with a report each year which emphasizes what the individual countries need to do to promote economic cooperation and development. For this year report, the OECD uh, has uh, has recommended that India should focus more on uh, reforms in banks, insurance, and insurance companies. It has also lauded the recent reforms by government, which has reduced government participation in finance sector, allowing greater foreign participation in sectors like insurance, defense, petroleum, natural gas, and telecoms. However, it has raised some concern about private conglomerates who have increased their role in the economy with negative consequences for competition. So this is an area where government should encourage more people to join, and so that the healthy competition is prevailed, which is very essential for growth of any sector and for protection of consumers. Now moving on to our banking finance sector news. Now SDFC, as you know, they have been going through a phase of transformation after the amalgamation of SDFC Bank and SDFC Limited. Now they have done some top level reject among the executives, and they said in a filing that this will bring more enhanced execution and improve the leveraging between the two companies. Moving out to IDFC First Bank now. IDFC First Bank is planning to raise rupees 3,000 crores through QIP. What is QIP? It is called Qualified Institutional Placement. It is a fundraising tool through which a company raises fund capital by issuing equity shares or fully and or partially convertible debentures or any securities other than warrants which are convertible to equity shares. So this had been approved by the shareholders in the AGM held in August. So they are going to raise rupees 3,000 crores. They have also included a green sea sue options, and all our viewers must be aware about the green sue options. It allows you to go beyond what was planned to achieve if the response is good. So they can even go higher on than this 3,000 amount if the response from the investors will be good. So this they'll be raising some funds from the markets. The bank also raised QRP for the similar amount in 2021 also. And now moving on to business and industry, we have been listening about the UK and India FTA, that is free trade agreement. The negotiations are going on, and they have been very hectic. Now the FTA negotiations have been narrowed to mainly two areas. And now UK is asking for duty cuts on automobiles from the UK, and India is focusing on visa liberalization for Indian workers in UK. So now the very last mile give and take is going on, and hopefully this FTA will be finalized very soon. Now, for on to today's last news, the Corporate Affairs Ministry is planning to revamp company law rules. So they have the MC, that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. They are planning to revamp its company law rules, which will improve regulation and simplify compliance in the areas overseen by MC. They have started the negotiations with the stakeholders both through offline and online routes, and then it will be placed for to the ministry for approval, and maybe in the next session of parliament, these changes will be introduced. Maruti Suzuki, the very famous company of India, they have received an additional tax notice under their draft assessment for rupees 2,159.7 crores for the towards the additional tax liabilities for their return filed for 2019 and 2020. So bad news for now, Maruti Suzuki. Now see how they respond to this notice. Now, a good news for the investors. SEBI has been batting for the investors, especially for those who lose their deposits and their nominees uh, lose their securities, and the nominees struggle for claiming the securities of their loved ones who has been passed away. So earlier they had introduced regulations for nominations in the account. Now they have directed all the intermediaries about how they should go about verifying death of an investor. So suppose an investor has passed away, now the SEBI has stipulated that they should obtain that certificate along with the PAN number of the notifier, the person who has notified the intermediary about the demise of the investor. So once this death certificate is verified either through online or offline route, and the identity of the notifier is established, then the securities, the shares can be transferred to the claimant under this procedure. So this will give some clarity to the intermediaries, uh, and it will be towards towards the dependents who have lost their loved ones, and this will make their life easier. So that's a wrap for today's daily financial news roundup. Stay informed ahead of the game by joining us tomorrow for another insightful update. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us today. And remember, knowledge is power in the world of finance. So be with us. Thank you. Thank you for joining today.